In this video lesson, you will be able to identify true statements by recognizing how synonyms, rephrased sentence structures, descriptive additions preserve the original meaning and factual accuracy of a sentence. You will also learn to identify false statements by identifying how conflicting details distort the original meaning. What are synonyms? Synonyms are different words with the same or similar meanings. For example, the original statement, "The cat sleeps peacefully on its warm bed." The true statement, "The cat sleeps calmly on its cozy bed." Both the words cozy is the same as warm and calmly is the same as peacefully. How synonyms keep sentences true. Replacing words with synonyms does not change the main facts. For example, the original statement, "The cat sleeps peacefully on its own bed," is the same as another statement replaced by synonyms, "The cat sleeps calmly on its own bed." Spotting true statements. Do check if the meaning stays the same after swapping words. For example, "The cat rests peacefully." Since rest is about the same as sleeps, the statement is correct, true. But if the statement states, "The cat eats peacefully," the action is no longer sleeping but eating, so the statement is false. What are gerunds? Gerunds are action words ending in ing that act like nouns. For example, sleeping peacefully, the cat rests on its own bed. Sleeping is the gerund. The statement is the same as "The cat sleeps peacefully on its warm bed." What does rephrased mean? Rephrasing means saying the same idea in a different way. For example, the original statement, "The cat sleeps peacefully on its warm bed," is the same as the rephrased statement, "Sleeping peacefully, the cat rests on its own bed." How rephrased sentences stay true. Changing the sentence structure keeps the facts the same. For example, the original statement, "The cat sleeps peacefully on its own bed," is the same as the rephrased sentence, "Sleeping peacefully, the cat rests on its own bed." Both statements have the same meaning, but their words are in different order. Adding details without changing truth. What are added details? Added details are extra descriptions that make sentences more vivid but keep facts the same. For example, the original statement, "The cat sleeps peacefully on its own bed," is the same with added detail, "Bathed in sunlight, the cat sleeps peacefully on its own bed." How added details work. Added details describe the scene without changing who, what, or where. For example, the original sentence, "The cat sleeps peacefully on its own bed," is the same with added detail. The cat sleeps peacefully on its soft blue bed. The second statement is still true, even though color and texture are added, but the bed is still kept as the location of where the cat is sleeping on. Spotting truthful additions. Added details are false if they change key facts. For example, the tiny cat sleeps peacefully on its own bed. Details such as size is added, but the statement doesn't contradict the facts. So the statement is true. However, if we say the cat sleeps peacefully on the kitchen floor, although a new location is added, but it is not mentioned in the original, so the statement is false. In summary, true statements use synonyms to keep the same meaning and facts. True rephrased sentences use gerunds without changing the facts. Any added details make the sentences more interesting, but the sentences must match the original facts. Now, let us learn how to identify false statements. What are contradictory words? Contradictory words clash with the original meaning, making a sentence false. For example, the original word happily versus the contradictory word angrily. How to spot contradictions? First, check if the adverb or adjective opposes the original action or description. For example, the original statement states, "The dog plays happily in the garden." But if we say the dog plays angrily in the garden, the statement is false because the two adverbs happily and angrily are in contradiction. End of video lesson. In this video lesson, we have learned identifying true statements through synonyms. Synonyms replace words with similar meanings without changing the facts. For example, sleeps and rests, warm and cozy. Rephrased structures. We use gerunds or reorder sentences while preserving the meaning. For example, sleeping peacefully, the cat rests on its bed. Added details. These include vivid descriptions that do not alter key facts. For example, bathed in sunlight, the cat sleeps on its soft blue bed. We also learn to identify false statements through contradictory words. These are words that clash with the original meaning. For example, angrily versus happily. Remember the key skills learned. Use synonyms and rephrasing to keep sentences true. Detect contradictions to spot false statements.